today's video, I'll be using a full team of shiny WUMBO secret units to see exactly what we can get with them in SpongeBob Tower Defense. I've done a video similar to this in the past, but in that video we were only using normal secret units without these shiny or WUMBO variants on them. So make sure you watch this video to see if we can beat the wave that we got last time, which is obviously wave 476. And yeah, believe it or not, this is actually my second time recording this video since last night I tried to record and post this video. But unfortunately, midway through the run, my computer literally just completely corrupted the file, bro. I literally lost 2 hours worth of footage, bro. I was so angry. So yeah, I already skipped over basically all the part of me getting all the units from other people and leveling them all up. But for this team, we'll be using a shiny WUMBO cyborg, a shiny WUMBO hatchling and slasher, a shiny WUMBO spongehenge, a shiny WUMBO Dennis, a shiny WUMBO Dream Gary, and finally the brand new shiny WUMBO robot mantis. Yeah, that's definitely the one I'm most excited to test out with this team for sure. But unfortunately, we definitely actually do need to bring a farm with us in order to be able to afford enough money to place down one of these guys. So out of all of these units, we are unfortunately gonna have to drop one of them just so we can have enough units for every single for our team. Obviously though, we're gonna have to use the Dream Gary since it's the strongest, and the brand new Robot Mantis since it's the coolest, as well as probably the Dennis since it's super rare, which leaves us with the cyborg plankton, the spongehenge, and the hatchling and slasher. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like out of all these three units right here, I feel like the spongehenge is the least coolest, so yeah, I don't really think I really want to bring this one. So yeah, let's also bring the hatchling and slasher, as well as the cyborg plankton level 33, as well as the Krusty Krab, and let's just see exactly how far this full team of shiny WUMBO secret units can get us on endless mode right away. Yep, just like last video, we'll make sure to do Krusty Krab Endless Mode A, so let's hop into our first game right now. Here we go. And yep, for this one round, we'll definitely make sure to fully auto-skip the entire time on Endless Mode 2. And the only problem is that all these guys cost at least $2,000 to place right off the get-go. Yeah, that means we're gonna have to make sure we farm as efficiently as possible, that way we get enough money to actually place one of these units down before we end up dying. Which is definitely easier said than done. So yeah, by week 3, we basically got every single Krusty Krab to at least level 3, and now we'll actually place down the hatchling and slasher by setting 1x speed for a second. That way, once it skips one more time, we can place it down right around here just to basically take care of everything instantly. So here we go, any second now it should skip, and we literally need to spam place it, that way we don't take too much damage, just like so. Boom, we placed it. Yeah, we only took an extra 8 damage, so it's not really that big of a deal, and now we can go right back to 5x speed to instantly take care of everything, which will also allow us to instantly max up both our farms just like so. Awesome. And yeah, I think for starters, we'll actually start with the cyborg plankton, which for now we'll place right around here just to get that piercing damage on this stretch right over here. But yeah, already in level 0, so doing 8,642 damage every 0.5 seconds and has 49.5 range on it. But yeah, there's level 1, and 2, 3, 4, and finally level 5. Yeah, when max out the cyborg plankton does 15,464 damage every 0.5 seconds and has 64.5 range on it. Yeah, it is definitely an insanely strong unit for sure, no doubt about that. But now let's just move on to the second one on this list, which we might as well just place down the hatchling and slasher. Yeah, we obviously need to sell that one real quick, that way we can place it down right over this way, because I feel like this is probably the best possible spot to place this one. But yeah, level 0, this one's doing 22,434 damage every 0.4 seconds and has 49.5 range. And yep, we can pretty much just instantly max out this one too. Awesome. Yeah, this one also reaches basically the entire map. But yeah, when max out, this one does 42,828 damage every 0.4 seconds and has 64.5 range on it. Next on the list though, I definitely think I want to max out the Dennis over this one, since yeah, this is also a super cool unit. And yeah, I think we'll actually place this one right over this one. I feel like this is probably the best possible spot to place this one. On level 0 though, this one's doing 27,220 damage every 0.7 seconds and it has 47.8 range. But yeah, we can instantly max out this one just like the other few. And when max out, it does 51,980 damage every 0.6 seconds and has 62.4 range on it. Yeah, just like the hatchling and slasher, this one basically covers the entire map other than just a few points in the very far back over here. Because yeah, as you can see, it just doesn't reach this track right here, which isn't really that big of a problem. So yeah, now that we have that out of the way, we can definitely max out the Dream Gary instead of maxing out this unit for now. Which I guess we'll place right around here, since this should be the best possible spot for it. Yeah, but yeah, we'll just instantly max out, and yeah, when max out, it does 5,780 damage every 0.5 seconds and has 45.2 range. Last but not least, we can finally max out the Robot Mantis, which for now will actually place right around here, since it doesn't really have the most amount of range ever. But yeah, either way, there's it to level 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, we maxed out the robot mantis does a whopping 44,082 damage every 0.5 seconds and has 36.6 range on it. And yep, now that we finally have all of that out of the way, we can definitely replace this one since it sort of plays a little bit poorly. So yeah, instead we'll place it right around here. I have a feeling this will be definitely slightly better as yeah, it basically reaches all these corners, which is exactly what we needed to do. But yeah, finally we maxed out every single unit, so we might as well just sell both of our Kretsu crabs, and now we need to add up exactly how much damage this guy or all of our team is doing in a second. First off though, we definitely need to add up each one on itself. Let's just start with the cyborg plankton. And yep, here's the trusty little calculator. If we type in 15,464 divided by 0.5, which is how much damage it does a second, we get 30,928 just from this one unit by itself. Next on the list though, we might as well calculate the half slinging slasher. And yep, just like last time, we'll pull up a calculator just like so. And let's see, this one does 42,828 damage every 0.4 seconds. So you divide by 0.4 and we get 107,070 damage. Dang, that's a lot more. Anyway, next on the list, I definitely think I want to calculate the dentist over this way. And speaking of dentist, we actually just took out the next dentist boss. Perfect. But yeah, this one does 51,980 damage every 0.6 seconds. And yep, if we pull out a calculator and type in those exact numbers just like the last few times, we type in 980 just like so. And yep, divide by 0.6, we get exactly 86,633 damage a second. Second to last, before we add up the robot mantis, we definitely need to check out the Dream Gary stats. So yep, if we add up all the damage for this one right here, we do 5,780 divided by divided by 0.5, and we get 11,560. And yep, finally, last but not least, we definitely need to calculate the stats for the robot mantis since it's arguably the most important one out of all of these guys. So yep, here are these stats right here. If we do exactly 44,082 damage divided by 0.5, we get exactly 88,164 damage a second. Yeah, now we just need to add the exact amount of damage we're doing in total. So if we pull out every single calculator just like so, and order them from least amount of damage all the way to greatest amount of damage, just like that, and we pull up one more calculator, and we do 11,560 plus 30,928 plus 86,633 plus 88,164 and finally plus 107,070 damage, we get exactly 324,000 damage a second. Holy moly, that is good. Jeez. Yeah, I fully expect this team to get to at least, I don't even know to be honest, at least wave 500 if not higher, considering we're doing over 50,000 more damage than the last team. And when I say last team, I'm talking about the last team of secrets we used from that last video earlier. But yeah, now it's just a matter of time until when we end up losing finally at last, and we definitely have a long ways to go until we actually do end up losing. And yeah, we're already getting somewhat close to wave 100 considering we already defeated our next dentist boss, finally reaching over 10,000 health right here. And now we're already through the wave from wave 70, and 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, now we also made it to wave 70 on the dot. On wave 71 though, we had our next man boss, which is obviously the toughest boss this round, and yeah, it immediately died right here. And on wave 75, we somehow had a dirty ball that also immediately died over this way. You didn't even get to see it, that's how quick it died. Anyway, now we're finally through this wave from wave 80 though, and 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, now we also made it to wave 80. On wave 80 though, we had our next dentist boss that also immediately died, and in fact, I didn't even get to see that one either. And finally, I'm pretty sure this time on wave 84 is when our next dirty ball boss spawns in, so yeah, any second now will spawn in just like that. Oh wait, nope, not yet. Okay, well actually, never mind. We have a man boss that immediately dies with 46,000 over this way. And now we're already through this wave from wave 90, 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, now we also made it to wave 90, and yeah, we also instantly took out the next dirty ball boss. Jeez, that was easy. That's crazy though, we're already 10 waves away from wave 100, meaning we're already getting close to making our goal of wave 500. Anyway, on wave 94 is when our next dentist boss spawns in, and yeah, this one's also instantly dead before it even gets past this area right in the very front. But now we're 5 waves away from wave 100, and now we're only 4 waves away, and 3 waves away, 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, there goes our final man boss before we finally make it to wave 100. This I'm also dying right here, and nice, just like that, it skips to wave 100 in 3, 2, 1, and bang, nice, wave 100, let's go. Yeah, like I said, my guess is that we'll probably be able to make it to wave 500, if not higher. But also, I would like to mention the few reasons why I'm not really uploading too much on this channel lately is 1, because I'm out of video ideas, and 2, because I'm starting actually a brand new channel up. I'm not going to say what the channel name is or explain what game it's on, because I kind of want to keep that underground for true fans who really want to try to find that channel on their own. But yeah, just know by the time you guys are seeing this video, the video should already be out. So I'm definitely excited to see exactly how well it actually ends up doing for the first time ever, since it'll be my first video ever on that channel. And don't worry, I'll still be posting at least 5 times a week on this channel. You have no worry about me not posting too much on this channel anymore. I'm just deciding to diversify how many videos I post on each of my channels just to see what type of games do best for my personality, if that makes sense with you guys. But yeah, by all means, this will still be technically the main channel where I post the most amount of videos on for now, don't worry. Anyway, yeah, we did enough yapping to already pass wave 110, and yeah, now we're actually about to see our next boss, which is the Man Ray boss. So yeah, while we were talking, we instantly defeated the Dirty Ball boss and the Dennis boss. So yeah, there goes our next Man Ray boss on wave 113, dying right around here, so I guess it's starting to make the slightest, most smallest amount of profit, or not profit, distance ever. But now we're already through this wave for wave 120, and yeah, you guys saw that Dirty Bubble immediately die right here. Wow, that was quick. Anyway, yeah, now we're only 2 waves away for wave 120, and 1 wave away, and bang, now we made it to wave 120. On wave 122, though, we have our next Dennis boss also immediately dying over here. And actually on wave 127 is when our next Dennis boss, or not Dennis, Man Ray boss spawns in. So I use this one with 80,000 health also dying right this way. Now we're 3 away from wave 130 though. And 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, now we also made it to wave 130. On wave 131 though, we had our next small Dirty Ball boss also die over this way. And on wave 136, our next Dennis boss died over this way. Anyway, boom, now we also made it to wave 140 on the dot right then and there, and yeah, we're still basically instantly taking care of everything. All these secret units can basically instantly attack it, which basically means that we're instantly able to take care of everything regardless. On wave 141 though, we have another Dennis bar and Man Ray boss also down right here. And this time on wave 145, we have another small Dirty Ball, or I guess our Dirty Ball boss dying right this way. Yep, now we're officially through this wave from wave 150 though. And 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, now we made it to wave 150. Actually on wave 151, or not 151, wave 150, we have our next Dennis boss reaching 30,000 health, still dying immediately though. On wave 155 though, we have our first Man Ray boss to reach over 100,000 health, still dying right here though. On wave 159, we have our Dirty Ball boss still dying over this way, and nice, now we made it to wave 160. On wave 164, we have our next Dennis boss also dying right this way. And now we're already through this wave from wave 170, 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and actually on wave 169, we have our next Man Ray boss with 139,000 health, still dying right here. That's insane. You would think by now we were able to take care at least of all the enemies, but they would at least get to this corner, but still, nope, they're instantly dead. Yeah, good thing though, we're at wave 170 and we still have a long way to go until we're on wave 500. And this time on wave 173, we have our next Dirty Bubble still dying right this way. On wave 177, oh wait, nope, never mind. I thought on wave 177 we were gonna have our next Dennis boss, so it seems like it's gonna spawn in a little bit later. Yeah, now we're through the wave from wave 180 though, and now we're only 2 waves away. Yep, on wave 178 is when the Dennis boss spawns in and immediately still dies right here. But now we're only 1 wave away from wave 180, and boom, now we also made it to wave 180. Perfect. Yeah, now we're only 20 waves away from wave 200, so we're getting super close there. On wave 183 though, we have our next Dennis boss, or not, oh my goodness, why do I keep on saying Dennis? I mean Man Ray boss still dying right here. But now we're only through to wave 190, and 2 waves away, and yeah, there goes our next Dirty Ball boss too. And now we're only 1 wave away, and bang, nice. Now we also made it to wave 190. Now we're officially 10 waves away from wave 200 already. And this time our final Dennis boss on wave 192 will spawn in before we make it to wave 200, and this time it still dies over this way. Now we're officially 5 waves away from wave 200 though. And 4 waves away. Yep, and now we're only gonna be 3 waves away from wave 200, and yeah, this time the next Man Ray boss also died right here. And 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, now we made it to wave 200. Yeah, that's crazy that we already made it to wave 200, bro. This round is flying by so quick, especially considering we're literally spawn killing everything. Anyway, it looks like we already took out our Dirty Ball boss, since yeah, any second now our next, what's it called, our next Dennis boss will be spawning in. So yep, here it is with 64,000 health still dying right here. Bro, come on, make some progress at least, please. Yeah, we're already closing on wave 210, so yeah, now we're 3 waves away from wave 210, and 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and bang, now we made it to wave 210. On wave 211 is when our next Man Ray boss spawns in, so here you go, it's gonna skip to wave 211 just like that. And here it comes in 3, 2, 1, bang, 240,000, oh jeez, still dying right here though. I guess this is making some progress at the very slightest. Just not nearly enough to make me concerned at all. On wave 215 though, we have our next Dirty Ball boss somehow making it right here even further than the Dennis boss. But yeah, there we go. We made it to wave 220. Next year on wave 220 is when our next status boss is spawning in. And yeah, look how quickly it dies, bro. Literally, okay, well, actually, never mind. Surprisingly, it's actually starting to make it right here. Okay, finally some of the bosses are making some progress. Just to confirm it though, we need to see where this next man boss spawns in. So yeah, this time it's gonna die right around this one. So yeah, even that one's making some progress. Anyway, yep, now we're through this wave for wave 230. And 2 waves away, 1 wave away. And boom, there goes our next dirty bubble boss. And nice, now we also made it to wave 230. Here comes our next status boss, which is also probably gonna make it right around here. Yep, literally exactly where I thought it was gonna die. But now we're through this wave for wave 240. And 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, there goes our final man boss before we make it to wave 240, also dying right here this time. So yeah, finally after around 240 waves, we made it past this small stretch right here. But I have a feeling within the next few waves, it'll definitely start making it even further. Anyway, nice. Now we made it to wave 240. But on wave 243, we have another small dirty ball boss dying right here. And on wave 248 is when our next Zenith boss spawns in with over 100,000 health, finally dying right here. Yep, just like that though, now we also made it to wave 250 on the dot, meaning we're exactly halfway across to wave 500. And on wave 253 is when our next man boss spawns in with 400,000 health, almost making it to this corner. Yeah, I have a feeling the next one will definitely pass that corner. But now we're through to wave for wave 260, and we have our next dirty ball boss dying right here. And now we're only 2 waves away. And wait, no way, we already made it to wave 260, wow. On wave 263, there goes our next Dennis boss over here. And on wave 267, we have our next Manor boss with almost 500,000 XP. Oh, so close to the corner. I actually thought I was gonna pass at that time. Yeah, I got super close, but I'm so confident that the next one will be able to pass it. We'll see though. Anyway, now we also made it to wave 270. And on wave 271, we have a dirty ball boss dying right here. And on wave 276, we have our next Dennis boss with 159,000 health, also dying where the dirty bubble died. Now we're through this wave for wave 280 though. And 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, now we made it to wave 280. On wave 281, we have our first Manor boss to reach over 600,000 health, and yeah, like I said, it passed this corner at last. Wow. 281 just to make it just past this corner, that's crazy. On wave 285, then we have our first dirty ball boss to reach over, I think it had over 200,000 health dying right here. And on wave 290, we have our final Dennis boss before we make it to wave 300, dying over this way. Yeah, now we're officially 10 waves away from wave 300, which is insane. Anyway, yeah, now we're already through wave 290, or not wave 290, wave 300, and we already took out the Manry boss. But now we're only 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, now we actually made it to wave 300 on the dot right then and there. And yeah, I am definitely done commentating over all the dirty ball bosses that's fun, and says, yeah, who cares about this anymore? And yeah, instead we're only going to focus on every single Dennis boss spawns, and yeah, like that one with 230,000 health that died over this way. And don't worry, we'll still focus on every single Manry boss that spawns in, like this one right over this one that has 862,000 health. That's also not really going to make it super far, but yet again, it died right over here. Wow. Anyway, yeah, it's definitely starting to make some progress for sure. Yeah, like last time it died over this way, but this time it died all the way over here, but nice. Now we made it to wave 310. On wave 318, though, we have our Dennis boss dying over this way, which we still will commentate over. Bam, boom, now we made it to wave 320. On wave 323, though, we have our next Manor boss to reach over 1,000,000 health finally, and yeah, this time it's gonna die right here. Which is even past this little stupid fish guy idiot face right here. Anyway, nice, there we go. Now we made it to wave 330. And there goes our next Dennis boss reaching this area over this way by wave 333. And on wave 337, we have our next Manor boss with 1.2 million health. This time dying all the way over this way. Now we're officially through this wave from wave 340 though. And now we're only 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, now we made it to wave 340 on the dot. Awesome. On wave 346 though, we have a Dennis boss finally reaching past this corner because yeah, I laid down over this way. And nice, now we're already through this wave from wave 350, 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and bang, now we also made it to wave 350 on the dot right then and there. On wave 351 is when our next Manry boss spawns in with almost 1.5 million health. But yet again, it's gonna die fairly easily, not even getting to this corner quite yet. Yeah, this time it died over this way. We still have 150 waves to go until we finally make it to wave 500, but I think it's genuinely possible. A lot of these units basically cover the entire map, which was a problem that we started with last round. Aside from obviously the robot mantis, this is the only unit that doesn't reach all the entire of the map, and obviously the Dream Gary too, I guess. But yeah, other than that, we basically reached the entire map, so I think it's very likely that we do end up making it to wave 400, if not 500. Nice though, now we also made it to wave 360, and on wave 360 onto that we have our next dentist boss with 476,000 health dying right over this way this time. On wave 365 though we have our next man ray boss with 1.7 million health, also making it finally past this corner, this time dying right this way, which is WB new record considering last time it died over here. Anyway, now we're 3 waves away from wave 370, 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and bang, there we go. Now we finally made it to wave 370. On wave 374, though, we have our first dentist boss to reach over 500,000 health, this time also dying right this way. On wave 379, though, we have our next man ray boss to reach almost, or I guess over 2 million health, but now it's spawning below 1 million health. And this time it's gonna get even further than the last one, right over to this pole right here. Wow. Anyway, nice. For the first time ever in this video, we made it to wave 380, meaning we're 20 waves away from wave 400. And for the last time ever, we'll be commentating over this dentist boss that reached almost 700,000. That died right here. And boom, now we made it to wave 390 right then. And come on, oh, okay, there we go. Finally skipped, jeez. And for the last time ever before we make it to wave 400, we have another man ray boss to reach over 2.5 million health. Yeah, luckily this one's also gonna die fairly easily, this time dying right over... Oh, wow, okay, dang, all the way at this corner, jeez, that was close. But now we're 5 waves away from wave 400, and now we're only 4 waves away, and 3 waves away, 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, now we made it to wave 400. Yeah, now I think I'm definitely done commentating over all the dirty bubble bosses that spawned in, as well as every single dentist boss that spawns in, even though they are also making it somewhat far all the way over here. But what we do still care about is every single man ray boss that spawns in. In fact, yeah, this one has over 3 million health now. Yeah, luckily we got it down to its last 1 million over this way, and last time where it died over here, it still has 500,000 health. But this time we're still able to fairly easily get it over this way. And yeah, now we're less than 70 waves away to where we got from last time. But nice, just like that, now we made it to wave 410, meaning we're less than 65 waves away now. And boom, now we also made it to wave 420. This time around though, on wave 421, we have our next man ray boss to almost have 4 million health. But that's where we got it down to 2 million by the pole, 1 million where it died last time. Let's see, will it reach this corner? Oh, it's gonna be close and just not quite. Alright, this time it died right this way. There we go though, now we made it to wave 430. And on wave 435, we have our next man ray boss with 4.4 million health this time. Yeah, it actually was going max speed for a little bit since there was a few enemies in front of it, but finally we got it below 3 million over by the pole, 2 million in the mix of every single secret unit, 1 million out where it died last time. And wow, this time it's gonna make it all the way right here, but now we're only 40 waves away from where we made it last time around. Come on, we're so close. I think we can do it. In fact, yep, now we're only 3 waves away from wave 440, and now we're only 2 waves away, and 1 wave away, and boom, now we made it to wave 440. And finally by wave 449 is when our next man ray boss spawns in, and yeah, as you can see, it wasn't even being slowed until all the way right here. Yeah, this time though I had it over 5 million health, and now it's finally down to 3 million in between all these secrets. And dang, it still has 2 million where it died last time around. And finally died all the way right here. Wow, that was far. Oh my goodness. Yo, chill out, bro. Oh my goodness, come on. Let me make it to wave 500. Yeah, we still have 50 waves to go until we are on wave 500 since, yeah, now we made it to wave 450. As well as wave 460. Yeah, even these normal enemies now are making it all the way over this way, so I have a feeling we might unfortunately end up losing soon enough. Because yeah, dang, they're almost making it to this corner at this point now too. But yeah, by wave 463 is when another man ray boss spawned in, and yeah, this one's not even being slowed until this corner, and it still has 5 million health on it. But now we finally got it down to 4 million all the way over here, 3 million by this section, 2 million all the way over this way, 1 million all the way over here, and dang, somehow, someway, we actually are able to defeat it, as yeah, this time it's dead right this way. And I'm pretty sure the next man ray that does spawn in is actually the one that we actually died to last time around. So as long as we're able to defeat that one, this is officially the new best. Yeah, even the dirty bubbles at this point have 2.3 million health, and they're making it all the way right here. And even the dentist boss with 2 million health is also making it fairly far too. Yeah, let's see, this was gonna die right over on this corner, so basically in the exact same spot that the dirty bubble died. Here we go though, we're on wave 475, which is where we got last time, but on this next wave is when the man ray boss spawns in. So here we go, as long as we're able to defeat everything on wave 476 and on wave 477, this will officially be the new best. We have 7.6 million health, is absolutely no joke. In fact, it's not even being slowed until all the way right here. And now it's finally down to 6 million health, 5 million, 4 million, 3 million, 2 million in the kitchen, Wait, are we gonna be able to defeat it? No, wait, no way, bro. Are you serious? The exact same wave? That is crazy. What? Dang it, bro. I actually thought we were gonna be able to defeat it. Well, I guess not. That means the shiny WUMBO team is just as good as the normal secret team. Who would have thought, bro? Well, anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely make sure to leave a like and subscribe because it helps me out a ton. And yeah, definitely suggest some other video ideas you guys want me to record down below. I'm down to record whatever you guys want. But yeah, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video very soon. Peace out, everybody.